This is cs952, Introduction to Web Technologies and Design, and we just replaced the original Font Awesome code. We did a modification, we did a search and replace to add in the class of FA-3X, which made all of our Font Awesome icons larger and made it look better. We're very pleased with the way that turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Save All. And then we get that message, you want to update all these files? Yeah, of course we do. So if we go to any of our pages now, if we were to preview any of our pages, we'd see that we have these new improved icons on the bottom. Let's do that real quick. I'm going to go Preview in Chrome. Dreamweaver's not going to ask us if we want to save changes because we just saved our changes. And now let's click on our home page. And now if we scroll down, there we have it. There's our icons. If we go to, say, our contact page, there we go. Now, because we did this in a template, all we had to do is change our template and it changed all of our pages. So we're back in Dreamweaver. I think this looks good, but I'm a little bit concerned because everybody looks a little crowded here. So I'd like to add in a styling rule to just give us a little extra space here so that all of our icons aren't quite so close to each other. We're going to go to CSS Designer. Under our sources, we want to make sure that we have styles selected because that's where we save all of the custom styles for our site. Under our @media, we're going to choose global because we want this to be a rule that applies across all different viewports. And you can see right now in my status bar I've got FA, FA, 3X. So I'm going to click to add a selector. And when I do, Dreamweaver tries to add a selector that it thinks is going to be appropriate for what we're working on, and it's chosen footer and then various classes. But if you notice, everything that we're doing with Font Awesome, we don't need to specify just Font Awesome Twitter or Font Awesome 3X. We can actually simplify this by saying all we want is when we're in the footer and we've got something that's in the Font Awesome class, because that's going to cover everything that we need to cover. If we use Font Awesome somewhere else, it's not going to change the appearance of Font Awesome there. And so we know that this rule is only going to apply to the footer, and it's only going to be applied to members of the Font Awesome class. So I'm going to hit Enter. I'm going to hit Enter one more time. There we go. There's my rule. And so what I'd like to do is I'm going to add 8 pixels of padding to the left and the right of each one of these icons. So that would be, if we scroll down here, let's make ourselves a little bit more room. That would be padding. Right, here we go. So we're going to go 8 to the left, and then 8 to the right. And as we do that, we can see we've added some extra space to our icons. That looks a little bit better. I'm going to hit Save All. And in this case, the only file that I'm saving is styles.css, and we know that that's the only file that we've edited because it's the only file, when we look at the related files bar, that has an asterisk next to it. And we know in Dreamweaver an asterisk next to a file name means it has unsaved changes. This has worked out really well for us. We've got our icons in there, they look good. If we go back to Chrome, if we refresh our page, I'm going to hit F5, now we've got the nice looking spacing. To really make these icons effective, however, we need to link these up to their respective web pages so that when you click on Facebook, it goes to Facebook, Google goes to Google, YouTube to YouTube, and Twitter to Twitter. Adding links for Font Awesome is just a little bit different than the way that we've added links before. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight this first, highlight my first icon, my one for Facebook. And then, rather than typing the link in directly down here, because if I do that, it's actually going to cause us some problems. If I say http://www.facebook.com, this is how we've done it before, right? And then I hit Enter. What happened was it took out our Font Awesome icon and replaced it with an anchor. So that won't work. We would end up undoing the work that we just did. So let's click on the Undo button here in Dreamweaver. So with this text highlighted, I clicked down here in my status bar and highlighted my Font Awesome icon. I'm going to go under my Insert menu, and I'm going to choose Insert, and I'm going to go to my HTML submenu, and then I'm going to choose Hyperlink, which is what a link is. A link is a hyperlink. And now Dreamweaver presents this hyperlink dialog box that says, this is the text that we're going to be using. What are we going to link to? Well, it's going to be http://www.facebook.com. And as before, we want to make sure our target is blank so it opens in a new page. And for the title, we're just going to type in Facebook. And then we're going to say OK. Now when we do that, now we're having some success. We can see here is our anchor with all the important information. It wraps around our icon, and then that is our closing anchor right there. So let's do this for the next one. The next one we want to do is Google. And I remember what these links are off the top of my head. If you are saying, how did you know what the link is for Facebook? If we go to our text files, I actually give you the links down here. So this is the link for Google. So I'm going to highlight the link for Google. I will copy that, go back to my template with the text for Google highlighted. I'm going to hit refresh. With the text for Google highlighted, again I'm going to go to Insert. Again I'm going to go to my HTML submenu. Again I'm going to choose Hyperlink. For my link, I'm going to paste in that text that I just copied, set target equal to blank, and the title is Google, Google, and then say OK. Now we're going to highlight YouTube. YouTube's the next one we want to update. So let's go to my text files, and I'm going to drag over YouTube. I will right click and copy. I'm going to go up and switch from my text files back to my template. We've got our icon highlighted, and then we're going to go under Insert again. We're going to go to our HTML submenu, and we're going to choose Hyperlink. And for our link, I'm going to right click and paste in the link that we copied. Our target will be blank, and our title will be YouTube. Got it? Yeah. And then our last one we're going to do is Twitter. So I'm going to highlight Twitter. I'm going to go to my text files, and this is the code for Twitter. I'm going to highlight, copy. I'm going to go to Insert, HTML. Again, we're going to choose Hyperlink. And for our link, we're going to paste in what we just now copied from our text page. The target will be blank, and the title will be Twitter, Twitter, and then we can say OK. Mission accomplished. I'm just going to go ahead and hit Save All to save that work. Dreamweaver says, do you want to update the files? We're going to say yep. Now, if you've been paying attention to what's going on, you're going to notice that all of our icons are now blue. And you might wonder, why is everything suddenly blue? Well, they're blue because these are now links. They're not just icons, they're links. And by default, this is the color of a hypertext link in the Bootstrap framework. As a clue to let you know that something is a hypertext link, it turns the color of whatever your link is becomes blue. So let's just real quick, we're going to go over here to Chrome. This is our template, but let's switch on our home page. Switch to our home page. So these work. If you like this color, we're done. If you click on YouTube, it'll take you right to the YouTube page, okay? If you click on Twitter, it'll take us to the Twitter page. If you click on Google, it takes us to Google, and Facebook to Facebook. The color, this kind of light blue, that's the same light blue color that we have for the Humble Pencil, because this is also a link, right? Because we know when we click on this, it links to this image. So we're going to learn how to change this default color back to white, or any color, whatever color you want it to be, and we will do that in our next video.